Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to Soul Shift Messages. If you found your way here, trust there's something in this message for you. Understand this space is about growth, truth, and transformation. We don't bypass here. We don't sugarcoat, and not every message will feel comfortable, but it will be honest. I speak in flow. And sometimes that includes cussing. It's just part of how the messages come through. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your own discernment above all else. Take a deep breath, and let's begin. For those of you who are new here, please know that I do weekly content in 3 parts. Part 1 will focus on what needs to be revealed. Part 2 will focus on what needs to be understood about that revelation. Consider it a deeper dive. And part 3 focuses on what needs to be done. If we don't take action, then the revelation is just information. It doesn't turn into understanding and action. And then once I hit part 3, we reset for the next week. So depending on when you come across this video, you will either see the full series linked in the description below, or you will see my posting schedule. So either way, all links will eventually be available in all descriptions of the series. So without further ado, let's get into part 1 of 3 for this week. I am calling this the activation of power, freedom, or control. So what needs to be revealed? You are capable of ending a deeply ingrained cycle of overextension, imbalance, and misaligned effort, and stepping into a way of operating that is grounded in self-trust, reciprocity, and clear alignment. You already possess full awareness of what is happening. What remains is the willingness to act on that awareness without delay. This is a moment of decision and redirection. You are being guided to release what no longer aligns, reclaim your energy, and move forward in a way that reflects your actual value, not what you have been conditioned to give in order to maintain stability or belonging. Let's go ahead and break this down. Reclaim your energy by ending imbalanced exchanges across all areas. Your energy has been consistently overextended in ways that are not mutual or sustainable. This is a repeating pattern, not a one-time situation. And it's showing up in work, relationships, finances, and self-worth. You may be overgiving time, money, emotional labor, or effort from a place of obligation, depletion, or expectation. There is power imbalance in some dynamics, consciously or unconsciously, For those who aren't familiar, think of consciously as you are actively aware of it. Unconsciously is you are not necessarily aware of it. Think of it like autopilot. Somebody needs that clarification. All right, let me back that up so I can say it again without interrupting the thought. There is power imbalance in some dynamics, consciously or unconsciously placing yourself in a lesser position. Again, some of you know you are doing this. Some of you are not recognizing this. Some of you are going to have the aha moment that you are actually doing this. A performance identity may be tied to being the one who gives, supports, or holds things together. This role may be externally rewarded, reinforcing the cycle. At times, giving has been used to secure stability, approval, or belonging. The pattern persists across multiple areas of your life, not just one. You need to stop giving to secure your place. Stop tying your value to what you provide. Choose only what is mutual, reciprocal, and sustainable. See clearly. Cycles are disguised as opportunities. Not everything that appears beneficial is aligned. Some things are repeating loops. Certain people, systems, or opportunities reward burnout, overwork, or self-sacrifice. Some dynamics keep you engaged in effort without meaningful return. There is a tendency to invest in what feels familiar rather than what is aligned. A subconscious attachment to struggle may exist. Effort is equated with worth. Difficulty is equated with value. And struggle is mistaken for growth. These cycles can feel productive, but are actually limiting and draining. You need to discern between true opportunity and familiar patterns. Recognize that ease and reciprocity do not need to be earned through suffering. I'm here and say it again. Recognize that ease and reciprocity do not need to be earned through suffering. I'm hearing it was never meant to be that way. You already know. This is a moment for action. Awareness is complete. Hesitation is the only thing maintaining the pattern. You already have seen the imbalance, felt the misalignment, and recognized what needs to change. Delays may come from avoiding discomfort or confrontation, waiting for confirmation, or overanalyzing a simple truth. There is a tendency to seek the right or perfect way to act. I'm hearing if you are waiting for confirmation, this message is your confirmation. I'm hearing no excuses. This is it. Someone's got some feisty ancestors. I heard move your ass. I don't know why everyone thinks the ancestors are just loving and super cheery. No, fuck that. Your ancestors love you, but they will tell you, move your ass. And some of you really need to move your ass. Damn. All right. You need to accept that clarity does not remove discomfort. Act without waiting for ideal conditions. I am hearing they are not coming. Ideal conditions is the moment you decide to act. Understand nothing changes until you choose differently. Now is that time. I'm hearing some of you are waiting for someone to come save you. And I'm hearing you are going to save yourself if you act. No one is coming in to do this for you. And I know for some of you that can feel very scary. It can feel very heavy. It can feel burdensome. And I'm hearing you can either sit in the discomfort of what is familiar and know that it is not for you. It is not serving your greatest and highest good and will not allow you to reach your full potential. Or you can sit in the discomfort of doing what needs to be done to open the door for the beautiful things that your ancestors and your guides have for you. And I know some of you may not even believe in that. Some of you may feel like you're truly doing this on your own, and that's okay. Your beliefs are your own. I have my own. But there are beautiful things waiting for you. And I'll go into it later, but they cannot come through like this. Be the change you want to see. Some of you may be interested in road openers. Baby, you are the road opener. Act. You have all the awareness you need. Act. That's the only road opener. Maybe someone does candle magic. I heard save your candles. Save your candles. Stop burning them candles. Take different action. All right. Release emotional attachment and process underlying grief. The true anchor of the pattern is emotional attachment, not lack of clarity. Attachment may include people, roles, or identities. Expectations of what something could have been. I'm hearing not is, not will be, could have been. I'm hearing stop lying to yourself. Someone's ancestors did not come to play today. Or investment already made. Time, energy, effort. There is grief present. It can look like disappointment, unmet expectations, or loss of hoped for outcomes. I'm hearing some of you need to see the reality for what it is, not the illusion you have been projecting on people. People, places, and things are showing you exactly who they are, exactly what they are capable of. And some of you are still making excuses for them. And again, this isn't to shame, this isn't to blame. I've been there as well. I used to be on some Bob the Builder shit. But they just want you to be aware of it. They really want you to choose yourself. That's really what this is. All right. This grief may have been minimized or bypassed. That's why they're coming after some of your asses like this. Bypassing. They don't like it. Okay. So yes, this grief may have been minimized or bypassed. Letting go may feel like losing part of your identity. You need to allow yourself to feel and process the grief fully. You gotta feel that shit to let it go. And for some of you, this minimizing, this bypassing, this suppressing, that shit does not leave your body. It does not leave your energy. And as someone who used to do that, I can tell you the more you stuff that shit down, frankly, the harder it is to make it come up. And when it comes up uglier. So my advice is don't do that. Allow it to come up. If you need to, give yourself permission to release it and let it come out however it wants to come out. You need to recognize that release is required for alignment. It is required. I'm hearing absolutely no bypassing on this. I'm hearing the buck stops here. I don't know who that's for. I'm familiar with that saying. I don't use it a ton. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Alrighty, let's keep it moving. Stop fighting for what isn't meant to grow. Energy is being misdirected toward proving, defending, and forcing alignment. Effort has been spent on proving your worth, defending your position, and managing conflict or competition. Some environments or relationships require constant effort without stability. These battles are draining rather than productive. I'm hearing some of you are wondering, why am I so fucking tired? It's this. That's what's coming through clear as day. They said, repeat it again. These battles, these environments or relationships requiring constant effort without stability are draining rather than productive. You need to withdraw energy from what requires constant defense. Accept that nothing, hang on, thank you. Accept that not everything is meant to be sustained. I'll say that one more time. Accept that not everything is meant to be sustained. Let me grab some water. Simplify the truth and communicate it clearly. Overcomplication and unspoken truth are maintaining the cycle. Some of you are having things going on with your throat. I'm hearing the throat. Some of you are swallowing a lot. I'm hearing some of you are grinding your teeth. Some of you have to like clear your throat a lot. Baby, that is the sign that you need to speak your truth. I don't know who that's for, but if you got throat things going on, you need to speak your truth. That's why that's happening. All right? That unspoken truth is maintaining the cycle, and you're not meant to maintain that cycle. I'm hearing talk your shit. You may be overanalyzing decisions, considering too many external perspectives, softening your truth to avoid conflict, reacting emotionally instead of communicating clearly. This creates loops. All right, starts with not fully expressing, which leads to nothing changing. And then your resentment builds. That's why you're struggling with your voice. You need to speak, and the resentment is building in your body, which is manifesting in physical symptoms. And some of you may be like, what? But I can tell you that's exactly what the fuck it is. And that is what I'm channeling as well. They told me talk your shit. I know that's right. All right. Silence has enabled others to assume your capacity is greater than it is. You need to accept the truth is simpler than it feels. I'm hearing this shit just don't work. And you're right. Like for some of you, it really is that simple. This just doesn't work. I'm hearing I've tried it several different ways. I've bent over backwards. I have done everything you've asked for. I have done more than you've asked for. I have swung hard the other way, and none of this works. I'm hearing, what are you going to do about it? Communicate directly and clearly. I'm hearing leave no confusion. And this doesn't mean you got to chop somebody's head off with words. Communicate directly and clearly. Somebody could be a Monty Python fan. I'm here and state your purpose. What's your quest? Understand what remains unspoken continues. You must act. Or choose complacency. That is another option. Boundaries will restructure your reality. Boundaries are not just protective, they are transformative. As you shift, some relationships will fall away. And I'm hearing they are absolutely supposed to. Others will adapt and meet your new standards. You cannot lose what is actually in alignment with you. And anything you did lose was not serving your greatest and highest good. It was always meant to go. Your change will increase respect where alignment exists and create resistance where imbalance benefited others. You are not responsible for others' discomfort or their reactions or adjustments. You may be temporarily misunderstood. You need to hold boundaries consistently. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Boundaries are only as useful as your willingness to stand on them and enforce them. Because either people are going to get the picture and adjust, or you're going to recognize you just don't get it. You are not capable of this, and I'm going to let you go with love. Good luck on your journey. I'm going to keep it moving over here. And I don't know who needs to hear that, but that is not cold. That is not cold. That is discernment. Your team wants you to adjust that frame of thought because that's where you're getting tripped up. Accept that being misunderstood can be part of alignments. Babies, when you are choosing yourself and putting yourself first, when you've been putting everyone before you, people squawk like you wouldn't fucking believe. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with deciding that you are worthy of being your first priority and also recognizing you need to be your first fucking priority. Because if you don't make you a priority, how is anyone else supposed to do that? Seriously. And I hate the visual of this, but you just gonna keep lighting yourself on fire to keep other people warm? That's just how you're gonna live your life? Someone needs to think about that. That just came through. All right. Expect temporary discomfort, which is really just pattern withdrawal. Transitioning out of the pattern will feel unfamiliar and challenging at first. There is no way of getting out of discomfort. To start, it's either you stay in discomfort and stay where you are, or you embrace discomfort, knowing that you're on the path now to acting and getting out of it. Again, I'm hearing no bypassing with that. You may experience doubt or second guessing, pulls toward old dynamics, or concern about being too much or too distant. I'm hearing fight that shit. Persevere, my babies, and I can tell you, it is uncomfortable. I was absolutely there. But you can overcome that. It is possible. But the more dedicated you are to that, and the more consistent you are, the faster you can move through that discomfort, because you just leave no room for ambiguity or misinterpretation by others. You force them to accept that and show you, are they going to adapt or not? And for some of you, people will act the fuck up, and you just got to understand that's not your weight to carry. That is your information to understand what that person's actually capable of and make decisions. All right, the old way will feel familiar. The new way will feel unfamiliar, but correct. You need to recognize this as pattern withdrawal. It is not failure. Stay consistent despite discomfort. Choose steady, consistent alignment. Behavior must change. Lasting change requires new behavior, not just awareness. You cannot carry forward overgiving, avoidance, attachment to struggle, and misaligned effort. If that sounds like gatekeeping, they're saying you are absolutely right. And your own team will absolutely gatekeep your ass. All right? And I can attest to that. You cannot bring these things forward because if you get these beautiful things with some of this shit still attached to you, you will just go right back into giving shit away to people who were never meant to share in those blessings. And that's why this is literally like a yes or no type of shit. So they said, say it again. You cannot carry forward overgiving, avoidance, attachment to struggle, and misaligned effort. Change must be behavioral, not just situational, and consistent, not reactive. The next phase is built on stability, discipline, and intentional choices. You must make small, repeated decisions that honor your value. Focus on stability over urgency. Let me grab some water. Trust your inner authority. Self-trust is the key that fully unlocks change. You already have strong intuition, emotional awareness, and clear perception of imbalance. They're saying you don't need to have full-blown fucking gifts like I do to still have this. If you are here and you've made it this far into this message, you absolutely have strong intuition, emotional awareness, and clear perception of imbalance. You may have deferred to external expectations, overridden your instincts, or prioritized harmony over truth. Self-trust is already rebuilding internally. And how do you know that's happening? The discomfort you are feeling. That is your intuition. That is you perceiving imbalance. Babies, your body talks to you. I'm hearing, please listen. All right? You need to stop outsourcing decisions. Let awareness guide actions, not just understanding. I'm hearing you literally feel this misalignment. You literally feel it. And your body is not going to let up, babies. It is not. Because your body is actually trying to protect you. Some of you are putting too much trust into your mind. No, trust your body. Stop letting your mind talk you out of things your body knows to be true. That's why no matter what you do, that discomfort does not leave. Your body is typically one of the first receptors of intuitive information. I don't know who needs to hear that, but somebody clearly does. Aligned momentum and support follow the shift. What you seek becomes available after alignment, not before. You must do these things in order to receive. Once you shift, momentum increases quickly. Effort decreases. Support becomes mutual, and stability becomes natural. These are the beautiful things waiting for you on the other side, but you must act, and consistently. The next phase requires less force, not more, and refinement, not overextension. Some people already recognize your value more than you realize. Others will reveal they only valued your output. You need to trust that alignment creates efficiency and support. This is a defining decision point. This moment determines whether the cycle ends or repeats. You are at a threshold, not a build-up phase. Waiting is no longer patience. It is self-abandonment. I don't know why, but I'm hearing don't lie to yourself. You're not being patient. You are abandoning yourself. I'm hearing that's also adding to your discomfort. I'm hearing because your soul doesn't like it. Your soul and your body don't like it. They are actually pushing against you. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, that is quite the combination. I'm hearing be true to yourself. Be true to what you know. I'm also hearing think Nike. Just do it. There is no perfect way to do this. And I can attest to that. Anytime I had to act, conditions were not perfect. Reactions were sometimes fucking ratchet. And yet I'm still here. And nobody died. All right? So, are people happy with me? No. But I was not put here to please the world. So I can live with that. All right? There is no perfect way to do this, only an honest one. This cycle has fulfilled its purpose. It taught awareness, capacity, and limits. Continuing it will only delay your next phase. Nothing aligned will be lost, only redirected. There are no missing pieces of information. No further signs are required. Again, you want a sign, you want confirmation, baby, here it is. This is it. You must accept the weight and clarity of this moment. Your guidance is to choose alignment now. So let's recap this and bring it to a close. The final integrated message. Stop overgiving to secure your place. Stop attaching your worth to effort, struggle, or validation. Stop engaging in cycles that drain more than they return. Stop fighting for what is not meant to grow. Stop waiting for clarity you already have. Acknowledge what you feel. Release what no longer aligns. Simplify the truth. Communicate it clearly. Hold your boundaries. Accept temporary discomfort. Trust yourself fully. Choose differently, consistently. Step out of the pattern. Step into alignment. What is meant for you will meet you there, but only when you meet yourself there first. All right, that is the message. So I'm going to bring this to a close. So this is part 1 of 3. I will be posting part 2, which again will be a deeper dive focusing on what aspects of this message needs to be understood. And part 3 will be released later this week, focusing on what needs to be done. If you feel called to explore those topics further, look for the links below in the description box when they become available. And if you're not ready, honor your pace and know that content will remain available if or when you decide you're ready. And if you decide not to, that's okay as well. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, beautiful beings, and I will talk to you later. Bye.